No, señorita. Howdy, everyone. I guess this would have been perfect time to do whatchamacallit. Oh, well, that's fine. Anyway, as I'm waiting for the thing to finish, I probably should put it on the chat so I can see that. Let me make sure it's not done. Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling it wasn't gonna be done. It's fine. That's fine. Whoop. Whoop. Ganun style. Yeah, the phone's running out of space. Good to know you can't really hear my high-pitched. Damn! That noise suppression is really doing its job, huh? How long is this fucking ad? My god! Jesus. I hopefully didn't run 3 ads, did I? I didn't, right? Oh well, I'm sure it's... Hey, it's done now, motherfuckers. Let's go. If my voice cracks, I apologize. If it doesn't, then I don't. Let's get on with the game. So, what is currently happening is that okay, so far what we've learned is there happened to be a quote unquote crime that of the same victim that happened at 2 different places. It didn't, technically. Uh, then we learned that chief police commissioner, whatever the fuck, is behind everything. And now we're just trying to prove that in court, hopefully, and get down to why everything is the way it is. It maybe is what it is, but it's not is what it is. It is what it isn't. One of the two. Uh, if you hear me snacking on food, I'm hungry. So Bear in mind. Yeah, bear in mind. Ooh, hot dog. That's right there. I'll save it for later. Okay. Technically. Okay, let's get to this. 25th of February. Sorry, Edward. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. I don't know, I just sort of feel better just holding it. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Eh? Whoa, the sexual tension in here is the killer. Then the guard in the back is just like, I know, Roy. My God. Oh, guess I am. I'll be back later. I'll come back. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Oh, you know that murder victim? He's not actually dead. He's a ghost now. Oh. You've got a lot of nerve now, making a detective run all around on duty. On top of that, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. I take it that Lana's having you run errands again? Let me tell you this. This is the last time, pal. Here. She asked me to give this to you if there wasn't a break in today's trial. Evidence law. Edgeworth was talking about this the other day. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. 1. No evidence shall be shown without approval of the police department. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems is it right? You can at least study some evidence law, really. Yes, study. What about me makes you think I study? The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? Yeah. It's go fuck yourself. Her words, not mine. Hardly mine. Paraphrasing. She said, if you plan on taking him on, you're going to need this book. Him. I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Interesting. 2 rules of lower dynamics. It doesn't look like that book will do you any good now. All that's left is the chief prosecutor's census. That's where you're wrong, detective. Technically, we can still get him for tampering evidence. Yeah, technically we could get him for tampering evidence because, on a technical level, we can get him for tampering evidence for, hiding the vase, but then again, he is the chief of police, so the being able to actually do that is gonna be difficult. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? While I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all these accusations being thrown at me. Mr. Edgeworth, are you gonna give up being a prosecutor and become a defense attorney? You'll be a very good one. Does he actually? I don't actually know. I don't actually know. Okay. If the trial today hasn't begun yet. What? What else is there left to do? Your credibility has been all but ruined by with the forced evidence you were unaware of. Forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Sky was found out unwittingly caused a man's death. No, accidental murder is still murder. Can you murder by proxy? Let's say you knock down a domino that falls into somebody's drink. They drink it and they die. Did you murder them, or was that a death by chance? Does anybody know? I don't. Anyway, I really need to drink water. I should have brought the water in my room. Oh well. And now you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, Detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. He merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. I mean, didn't we establish that the killer was Grant? Damn, whatever. Fuck. I'm pretty sure we established that. What? I'm going to expose it. I mean, I'm sure a lot of fans of him really want him to be exposed, but hey, it's neither here nor there. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. John. February 25th. Let's go. Well past noon. I apologize for the late comeuppance. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Sky. Mr. Edwards? Yes, Your Honor. The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well, normally this is where prosecution calls forth a witness, but this isn't easy to say. You see, there's some concern that you, Mr. Edwards, may have struck a bargain. Huh? You think I have manipulated the witness? I didn't say that, but yes. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking. Well, Your Honor, I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. Technically, it's literally the exact same thing. Watch. But there's no precedent for what you're proposing. I don't understand the law stuff about this. But then again, my only law experience is movies with lawyers. Not the Hallmark ones, those are shit. But fuck, the one with Marv from Home Alone, first one, the good one. Oh, that's what I like. Undeniably, this is unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. And it is literally the exact same thing as if I were to call it. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
Unbelievable. Cool. Edward has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. Defense accepts the prosecution's proposal.
Then it's settled. The defense may now call forth the next witness.
Mr. Wright? You do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. Oh, shit. The defense calls Yo Mama. Yo Mama's so smart. She knows who it is. This time is when it comes to bring out the real murderer. Obviously, the real murderer is Detective Goodman. If it's not him, I'll be very confused. There it is. Damon Grant. The defense calls Damon Grant to the stand.
Damon Grant? What does that have anything to do with anything?
As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Grant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. And he's the murderer, so... As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be at least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Been the least likely. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor?
True. He's always asking me to go swimming. I don't like swimming. It gets in my beard. The water messes up my beard.
And the water,
chlorine messes up my beard. I used to have hair, you know.
Yes. We know.
All right, bailiff. Please escort Mr. Grant to the stand.
Witness. Please state your name and occupation.
What is this? Some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch.
Name and occupation, sir.
Worthy. Are you sure you want to do this?
I'm quitting anyway, so might as fucking well. Something popped up on my phone and I don't know what it was. Actually, your name and occupation.
Okay. So, you want to play hardball, huh?
Please, Mr. Grant.
Fine. My name is Damon Grant. My name is Damon Grant. And I'm the acting chief of police. Now then.
Chief Grant. God damn it. Chief Grant. Fuck, I hate his last name. I mean, hate his name in general. Anyway. The court suggests to hear your testimony.
Oh, righto. What's the grim face? Face.
Hey, instead of that, my tongue, I'm wrong. First, let's hear this SL9 incident.
Oh, you mean the time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already.
So you were paying attention.
There are still some things to account for, like what you were doing. No, like what?
Where you were.
Like the role you played in all of this. What do you mean? Son, either you're very brave or you're very foolish.
Oh.
You are aware, of
course, that a prosecutor. Nope, that is wrong word. You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Here, take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it to you if I don't want to. No, you. Is that true? I'm afraid so. Chief of police has right to refuse to testify. Of course, such actions carries with certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. I just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well. God, I fucking hate him. Out of old men, out of that we've met so far, the only one I really like is the judge. Like legitimately. At first, he was like, "Oh, he's a fun, happy-go-lucky old man that is in charge of the place." No, he's a bit of a dick. Like a massive dick. More than like the fans want kind of dick. And that's very unnerving. Haha! Witness testimony, SL9 incident. Okie dokie. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. There was a power outage. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. What is that then Dark has arrested? Is that when Dark was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. Wow. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head. Sure. We'll say that. I see. Everything seems pretty... wrong voice. I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I'd better hit him hard and fast. Hard and fast like all his fans. And his haters, technically. Hold it! As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day. Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After reading this report, Neil was fired up too. And probably what spooked Dark and made him run away like that. This was the defendant Lana Sky who presented in the room. To present in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Dark ran for it. I'm pressing, it's standard procedure by me to press everything he says and then figure out what to present, like on which one, because that is a usual case of, hey, that is good to know. So the two of you ran immediately after him, right? That's right, but Dark made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs, you could say. So you're saying it wasn't, I'm so confused now. Now that's a thing that is not adding up. Because if he went into the elevator, then Yeah, if you went into the elevator, brain. Sorry, my brain is buffering. I gotta say stop saying sorry for things I'm not really sorry about. My brain is currently buffering for one moment. So if it's established that the room and their office are on the same level, oh, so we thought. So if it's not on the same level, like each floor, I guess, then why would he? I guess he wouldn't realize it's going up. Then again, you would know if it's going up or down. So why would you wait for an elevator that's going the wrong way in a police department? You know what I mean? But yeah, that doesn't add up. But if he did go up the elevator, why would he go to his office specifically?
He got lucky. Got lucky.
Uh, what about this power outage?
Oh, that. The elevator stopped all of a sudden, and then I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil when sorry. Probably not as shocked as Neil when that knife went into his heart, though.
That's not funny. That really isn't funny.
When I went to my office, I found Lana there.
That also doesn't make sense. Because why would he take the elevator if the power's out? God, you have so many fucking loopholes in your fucking statements. Here, do you tell us what you know and saw?
It was shocking sight. Neil and the security. Neil and the security.
Nope.
Neil and the serial. Fuck. Neil and the serial killer were lying on a heap on the floor, tangled together. It was quite interesting to see.
I'm sorry. My brain went a different way. Go ahead. Shark was also laying flat on the floor?
Yes, apparently he hit his head when he was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls.
So that's a reference to the second chapter where the roles were reversed.
Next to them were those two poor girls.
Lana and Emma.
Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, it was very sweet. She must have already known what her sister had done. Apparently, she already arranged the crime scene.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Because of the victim's body. It had already been moved. Yeah.
So that means you found the body near Lana's desk.
That's right. I think you said earlier it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor.
Yeah.
Anyway. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery.
So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I can't understand how Lana must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Is that how it really went down?
I mean, is that how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do any good, Mr. Rice. If you're going to stare at anything, you better start off at looking at the court record.
Worthy. Always a smooth talker.
So which piece of evidence ties Grant to the forgery? Lana did admit to the forgery in evidence. That can't be the whole truth. Someone gotta link Grant to the incident. Okay. Questioning. Okay. So if I say right now, I can technically trial and error a lot of the issues. Let's see. So can't do anything with that. We gotta tie him to the forgery. I could do a multitude of things. I guess that is the last piece of evidence that we really need, huh? No idea. Long story short, we slipped up, that power went out, didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. You can see it had nothing to do with the forgery. Let me think. So, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's see. Jeb Bates, Edith Kirby, Edward Jones. Jeb Bates. It's just a funny name. Here comes to the Mount Edgeworth, witnesses, Long Sky and Emma Sky. Damon Grant, Star, nothing. So I'm assuming it has to be something new we found. There's what happened. Hello. Trying to think. What do we use? A lot of messages, apparently. I could look at the walkthrough to see what I can do for this area, but like, I mean, technically you can't really. Fuck! My brain isn't making the connections, and I don't.
had nothing to do with the forgery. Admit forging evidence, but that can't be the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Somehow I get the link Grant to the incident. What's not adding up? Aside from a lot of speculation. Like, legitimately. Long story short, we stepped up the power didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. Because he had nothing to do with the forgery. I was told by Edward to look further into the fucking evidence. So... I guess trial and error? I think trial and error would be the best case scenario. But which one to do first? I probably should look this up since I generally don't know which one it is. I could look at the... Oh, hey, that's the fact. Yeah, I'm just gonna look at the walkthrough for this specific area. I generally don't know. Genuinely. No idea. My initial thought would be that the point that he has something to do with the things. I mean, this one would also be something, but I don't think he presented on this. I think. Would you? I don't think you would you? I'm sad to say that I had to go on the wiki, but I guess it is something that it just needs to do. Trial ladder. You gain two things. The testimony. Before Dark was arrested, he was knocked out unconscious, but when Emma pushed Neil. Huh? So it is something to do with this one. Oh, I'm sad to say, so I did have... I was overthinking it. I was overthinking it, wasn't I? So, the wiki says that all we need to do is present either the evidence list or the jar to point it out. I did not think they would have multiple pieces of evidence. Dumb.
My brain ain't no work too good. I'm just gonna keep it on this page. Just in case that we don't have to continuously go back to it. Okay. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery, but I'm afraid that is claim you cannot back up.
Explain yourself.
Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this list, for example.
That's the list that Miss Sky drew her picture of.
This was discovered in your desk.
Why were you in my room?
Not only that, but a piece of this jar that was sitting in your office was found inside your safe.
It was found where?
You see, Chief Grant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you had played a part in the illegal investigation.
Chief Grant, what is the meaning of this? Oh! Here's a defense attorney who is made even rival worthy.
So you admitted that you were involved in the forgery.
To me? Or do you mean you?
Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? I wasn't even a defense attorney 2 years ago.
Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence.
Shit, good point.
Prosecutors are the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorney can also do so too.
Isn't that right, Righto?
However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation.
Worthy, my boy.
Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. I will punish Dick.
That is making a lot of people with daddy issues hooligan. What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll be paying to work.
Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence so far, found in your office, and the relation to a forgery that took place in the crime scene. My. Kids these days Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together.
Well, I did, technically. I mean, on a technical level, he is correct. We did break, quote unquote, into his office and took it. Technically.
Evidence and forgery. Let's see, what is this now? A jar fragment and a list? Oh, for all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when these pieces were evidently discovered.
I mean, we can. I mean, jar piece, definitely. To make a strong assumption that you took it from Detective Goodman's locker, of which we established that somebody went in with and he didn't come out. But you do have a...
If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. Technically. There's no reason I participated in forgery. My participation in forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor? When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. Ha ha! You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences.
Oh. Oh no.
Indeed, I believe I will press charges, so if you don't make the same mistake again.
My apologies, Chief.
My apologies, Chief. But would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alrighty. Alright, Haji. In return, though, I know. That plays, right?
Eh, are these guys telepathic? I would not be surprised. If they were, then I wouldn't understand my thing. I don't think they are. He might be. Grant might be, but the judge is definitely not. Hold it! I'd appreciate it if you stopped making ridiculous accusations.
Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that.
What?
I'll have you know, back in my day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and said,
Mr. Wright, what are you saying?
anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry the evidence, can you?
I mean, on a technical level, you found it in your safe, which only you would really know the entry to.
If you have proof contrary, you're going to need it later.
Later? What are you talking about?
What else? I'm talking about when Righto's prints are found. Yes, if they were found inside my safe, then this proves the investigation was illegal.
I never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. On a technical level, yeah. What do you mean by that?
It is all purely hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily continue forgery. Constitute forgery.
Yes, but it would also be tampering with evidence. If concealing evidence found at the crime scene it isn't forgery.
I'm not through speaking yet, Righto. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. And they were found before Joe Dark's killing.
Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation?
It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list.
Was a jar in general just listed? If it was, then it would work, probably? I don't know, I'm not a lawyer.
For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Joe Dark was sentenced. Oh, and wouldn't that be
convenient?
right?
Right. Chief is talking about a possibility, so as long as you can't rule that out. Your remarks, however clever, your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Don't tell me something I don't know.
Come on, Righto. Think about it.
How can you look me in the eye and say that?
Because I'm innocent. I'm innocent as a baby boy bottom. As a baby boy fresh from the womb. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil?
I'm not... That one went by size.
I'm not sure I care for the word murder. But in the end, the person responsible for Marston Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Sky. Well, how do you see?
Really, Chief Grant? At the very least, there is one large benefit you reap from all this.
Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would of course be the position you have, Chief of Police.
Oh,
The result of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to the chief.
Why am I putting an accent for him? It's just my voice. Why am I getting hiccups?
That itself is suspicion motive. Ho ho ho! Oh, that's a good one.
Eh,
Do you really think that I'm that incompetent?
what do you mean?
Even without that case, I'm already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitability of little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes.
He's going to be made chief anyway.
Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up with the one being pointed at.
That means. So that means there's only one possible motive for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else.
Me? No, I didn't have anybody I cared about. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There's only three people that I look out for. Me, myself, and I.
No,
There, it's out in the open now. Edgy, would you mind if I change my testimony a little?
by all means, please do. What the fuck was that? Nothing in it for you?
Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you better think again.
You're right. Yeah, you don't feel sorry for anyone.
Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised.
Sounds sad. You seem very lax on yourself, man.
Ha ha! Good one, Worthy. Oh, that's a good one.
Would there have been something in it for him? Yeah, given his selfishness. Yes. His partner in crime. That help out for anyone for their sake. So if it better benefit you, you might decide to assist someone.
Ah, Mr. Wright, it appears you're properly determined to portray the chief. As a nice man who likes to lend people a hand,
That's not what I mean.
very well then. Who is this person you speak
One moment. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. The only person I can really think of is partner in crime. Figuratively.
The defendant?
Yes, they were like in the same office. They were amazing together. Why wouldn't it be her? And actually, I swear to God, if it's not this, I'm gonna be so pissed.
In the light of circumstances. Emma fell victim to the unfortunate series of events.
Who would want to help her more? Who would want to have her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Grant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if he asked him to. The rare reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Grant.
Huh.
But how would he prevent it from all of this? Nobody used the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations.
Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets?
God damn it, Chief. I mean, Judge, are you that dumb?
Like, my God. Just an audible. Oh, you're not able to hear it? Ah, face palm. I'm not gonna make that a clip. Oh, wait. You mean puppet as in somebody forced to do something? Admit it, Chief. You assigned Lana and forging evidence. Your motive to appoint her as chief prosecutor to control her. I'm gonna quickly save just in case if somebody tries to fuck up my thing. I'm a jaguar. So you can control her. Righto, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana. She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Grant. I'm afraid without any proof, all this amounts to nothing more to conjecture. Unless... that is also what happened in this incident. Did it? Which one? Did that... Well, of course I'm talking about... the murder of Bruce Goodman. Chief Prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone was been controlling her. Spooky. Worthy. You'd better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want to get hurt. What do you mean by that? Are you threatening him? What do you mean by that? Are you threatening him? Are you threatening my boy? He means, Your Honor, that if Chief Grant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman, not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up this involvement. What? Order in the court! I said order! Mr. Wright, you gotta be serious. Huh? Yes. This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in your law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder. That is impossible. That is impossible. No. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edwards said in easier to understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. Looks like he's the one who decided to go through with this. I mean, just because he's the chief of police doesn't mean he's exempt from all the shit that he's done. A chief of high-ranking officer involved in this murder? Good question. Probably. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief... Wrong way. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Grant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence. Tell. I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got. And it better be good. Okay, show us his evidence that ties the Grant. Oh shit. Ah shit. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna fuck. I'm saying it's this one. I could be wrong. But let me double check with the. Oh, never mind. I was mistaken. Okay, it was the ID card record.
Yeah, tying him to the murder. Actually, you know what? That makes far too much sense. That makes way more sense. I am going to not use that for the rest of the thing. I only have 3. How about this? For each chapter, I only have 3 uses per to use the wiki whenever I'm stuck. That way, I'm not using it constantly throughout the chapter. No, everything is just per this, isn't it? Yeah, 3 times, 1 per like day of trial. And if it's only like 2 days or less, usually isn't. Then I could just have 1 less. Yeah, that makes sense. That should make sense. I hope that makes sense. This ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was only one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 7-7.
Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number.
It's your card number?
Uh,
What? How do you know that?
the safe of the Chief Grant's office requires the code to open. A 7-digit code.
7 digits? You don't mean.
I'm afraid so, Your Honor.
The code was 7 sevens.
Same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Grant,
You entered the evidence room on that day of the crime. Damn. Be an angry boy. I hate saying that. Why did I say that?
Order, order! Chief Grant, what do you have to say?
Nothing.
The defense search of my office was in violation of the regulations.
I will demand Mr. Wright to be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this card. On top of that, you're the only one here with a high-ranking number. If you know anybody else, please testify.
Chief Grant, so you admit it. You entered the evidence.
Legitimately, the fucking investigations within these games are basically of like a robber going into a house, just so happens to find a piece of evidence that makes the person who lives there a fucking criminal. And then when going to court about it, it's a very slippery slope with all that stupid shit. Yes, I broke into your house, but I found this cigar from the victim that only he owns because it's a rare item and something. With the victim's name on it. Dun dun dun. They have a crime.
What about it? I'm the chief of police, whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want.
Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone?
Ha ha ha! I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room.
Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he?
Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days.
You hadn't seen him in days, Chief Grant? I'm afraid you just undone yourself. On that day, you had met with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? What do you mean, this trial? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilty.
No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial is purposed to determine the truth. If Chief Grant met the victim on that day of the crime, I'm gonna save real quick. I don't want to fuck up anything. Because this is... If Chief Graham met the victim on that day of the crime, then we need to determine which one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. White, I'm going to have you to ask for evidence. What was it? Ask for evidence on why he... how you know he left with him. Oh! I mean, on a technicality, you have to explain... Because of the transferal. Well, two things. The transfer... Oh, I remember. Because he lost his ID. Brain. Also, I saw on the wiki when because I got spoiled with that one. That's the only thing that I saw. Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or, to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filed out a lost item report. He would have had to give it a report to the chief of police. Yet you were in possession of the report. Which means you can't be sure he filled it. He filled it? How do I know? Yeah. Because he needs to enter the room. He needed to enter the room evidence room that day. He needed? Yes. Transfer the evidence out. Oh! Detective Goodman took out the... I'm mixing up my voices, I'm sorry. I got that, man. I keep saying I'm sorry, I'm not trying to say it's a force of habit. Like a bad force of habit. Okay. Detective Goodman took out the form to you. Took the form to you, Chief Grant. Then you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him? There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman would have entered the room. Hold on, let me guess what you're going to say next. The chief of police, the chief of police murdered poor Goodman?
Exactly.
Wait, well, what? The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room?
Could have just let him get his ID card.
Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of this. No. Sorry, that's not possible. Huh? According to the record, your card is only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you really had lent it to Goodman, it would have been found on his body. Holy shit! That was terrifying! Chief Grant, you didn't! The murder was most likely a stir of the moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana on the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of the Detective Goodman's body, of course. Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright. That the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there?
I was at the police department the entire day, you know.
Everyone was aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police.
You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I can just order an officer to do it? Hey, you, take this dead body over there and to the prosecutor office. I don't think so. Ha ha ha. Chief Grant, you left all the evidence we need. You proved how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space. No. You could even move the body. Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. You can't use this. Oh, I think I know which one it is. I'm gonna be screwed, aren't I? Should have saved. Fuck. I'm nervous. I don't wanna fuck up. On a technical level, he used this to move the body, but not... I mean, on a technical level, he used this to move the body from the police department to the prosecutor's office. Fuck it! Yes! Yes! That's how he moved Detective Goodman's body! Talking stub? Mouth Edgeworth. You mean... The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. You think, it's obvious what happened. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. You think I'd be able to understand there's a body in my car? You mean I carried the victim's body? Yes, precisely so. But wait, even you know I didn't plan on returning to my office after the ceremony finished that day. But you did return. Tell me why. Because of the screwdriver. Because of the screwdriver. He forced you to go back to the office. Tell me what? In less than 1 hour for you, it's New Year's, isn't it? I mean, for me, it's 10 hours. Also, hello, Waterfall. He's sleeping. Oh, really? Every 1 whole year of me living in my new house. Oh, nice! How's the new house holding up? Well, obviously it's holding up. You're still here. But you know what I mean. How's the new house? Yes, I moved January 1st, 2021. Nice! Nice. I was gonna say any fancy features that you don't have to say. Does it have a jacuzzi? Echo. A jacuzzi would be fun. Not many places have jacuzzis nowadays. Unless you're rich. In which case, you could just buy one and just put it there. But yeah, glad the new house is going well. It's nice. Yeah, for me it's been... Let's see, moved in the new place 2017. It's been 3... Damn, 5 years. I think. Yeah, around this time, 5 years. 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 21. Yeah, about 5 years. Fuck. That's weird to think about. Oh yeah, it was us to go, our two grandmothers. You told me he wanted me to keep this here, in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbing, I brought this back here. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. Dun dun. Now question. With this new house, are you gonna fill it with cool merch from things you like? That's what I would have done. And if you are you gonna get... What is the first thing you're thinking of putting up? Or if you already have? If you don't mind me asking out, by the way. So, let's see. Where you were really taking to the prosecutor's office wasn't the screwdriver, but the victim's body of the trunk. In your trunk. Detective Goodman's body was carried out in the trunk of Edward's car. Yes. Unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edward to transfer evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. Transport the body to her accomplice, Miss Lana Sky. Then she's gonna go to prison because she was an accomplice? Order, order, order! What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal in the defense of outrageous accusations? Dun. Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took in the prosecutor's office. This was not the photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away, but the exact opposite. The photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Grant, please say something. I believe your time's up. My time's up? Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the district attorney general after this. I have to get going if there's going to be make time for the early bird special. But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? Our police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm revoking that right now. What? Not a right to be casually invoked. There's a certain risk to be considered. So you're just gonna run away after all this? Run away? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, Good point. You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof to get it over with. I say it again, Mr. Wright. Gran is the current chief of police. I'm going to quickly say it. But also, Waterfall, I'm curious, any new games that you've played so far? Because I think the newest game I've played is, I believe it was, what was it called? It was a fighting game, an anime fighting game, the Naruto fighting game, the latest one. If you want to be technical, it's fun. I'm very bad at it. As was my boyfriend and his friend, who's very good at it. I'd say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is currently the chief of police. His court would not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright, Your Honor. Your Honor. Do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Grant murdered Detective Goodman made Miss Sky dispose of the body. Do you have any concrete proof? Shit. Hello. Yeah. But yeah, congrats on independent living too. Waterfall. If you're still here. If you're not, that's fine. I mean, God, I don't think I'd ever be able to live on my own. Honestly. Like, is this close to the end of the game since the police killed the person? Yes, it is close to the end of the game. This is the last trial for this. And yeah, this is the last trial for this. Yeah, last trial for this. But I'm currently having difficulty with finding the evidence. I mean, if Zooey Mama, oh wee, Yupperoonie. I'm trying to figure out anything that would involve, would be concrete proof in the chief of police, chief of police's involvements with said stuff. I don't know. I would say, why would you have a knife in your toolbox? I think it's a good idea to have a knife in the toolbox because of the fact that it'd be very useful to have a knife. I'm trying to think. What would be the best case scenario? Best evidence to prove. I genuinely have no idea. Because all this here would be useless. I also realize we don't have the forged piece of evidence. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna continue with the game. Go with what I think I know, but also just go with the wiki. I'm just gonna go with it. Oh, the screwdriver to the parking lot that I can. I did that one. Okay, so according to the wiki, Gran then decides to take a break. Remember, as the chief of police, Gran has the authority to refuse to testify, and knowing that's very abuse of power. He can leave the courtroom unless you can have the choice. Choose I have no proof yet. Gran then leaves, and the judge penalizes you for accusing the chief of murder. For the chief to do so, Edgeworth objects, saying, "Oh, okay. So no proof. There's no use showing evidence I'm not sure of myself. Damn. 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 How to use one of my Hail Marys. Excuse me. It's no use showing evidence I'm not sure of myself. No, Your Honor. At the present, I have no conclusive evidence. See, Edgy? See, Edgy? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for allegations against the chief. Here's a tip. Never gamble where you can't afford to lose right now.
Joke's on you. I don't have anything to lose.
It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Ha ha ha! Okay, Edgy, I'll leave the rest to you.
It's a ghost. Ooh. Wow.
He's a ghost. He's a maniac. On the floor. I warned you earlier, Miss White. This is an affront to a senior officer in your nation's law enforcement policy.
What? Lady Luck, Maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean? There's only one lady who knows the truth behind this trial. Haven't yet had the honor to hear her testify. Knows the truth? Another witness? In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. But Chief Grants has revoked his right to refuse to testify. Is there someone else one more witness who can answer all questions? Raise this trial, someone right in this room.
Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person?
Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today.
Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist?
You may not be willing to tell the truth, but I can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth? The only woman we know! Jake Marsh. I'm joking. There's only 3 women that we know, and I doubt Angel Star is actually going to be useful for this one. She already gave us all we know, so... The defendant, Miss Lana Sky, she was in the underground parking lot 5:15 on the February 21st. Her task was to dispose of the victim's body. In accordance to the certain someone's orders,
Mr. Edgeworth?
the prosecution has no objections, Your Honor.
Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now...
Hold on. Chief Grant, I thought you were going to eat.
Listen good, Lana.
I'm talking to Lana.
Don't think you need me to tell you this. Don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences.
How? So you're proving us right, and that you're controlling her. Got it.
That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder.
Technically, that was found 2 years after a closed case, so technically you can't really do that. But then again, he is the chief of police, and he says "fuck you" to everything that is this. Really? That is this? Because fuck you, that's why? Man, it's just something about old men just taking what they want. It just is annoying. Like, fuck, man. Fuck. Fuck. I should probably make sure. Okay. There's 30 minutes before an automatic ad just shows up. Okie dokie. That's fine. That's fine. Why are you showing up? Okay.
Found guilty.
Ah, this isn't good.
Of course, you'll never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. All right, then.
You do realize if you had nothing to worry about, you wouldn't say that, right? Like, if you were so confident in her ability to deny it, you wouldn't say that. Right, chat? Does that make sense, chat? Or am I just talking out of my ass again?
I've got a lunch date to meet.
He's a ghost. He's a phantom. A part of me wants to just say that every time somebody just fades out. Just the word, just a subtle happens. I don't think the microphone picks it up though. It's like a whisper, but whatever. Okay, if there's any further objections, this court is now in recess. Speaking of recess, now is a perfectly good time. Uh, Now's a perfectly good time to go into break. There it is. Music. Yeah, now's a perfectly good time to go into. Oh, that scared the shit out of me, man. Now's a perfectly good time to go into a BRB. So I will be right back. I'm probably gonna eat something. And all that such. So I will be right back. And here's an ad so you don't get ads for the next 30 minutes. What? Okie dokie, let's get back to the game. Excuse me. And grab. Oh, that would have been bad, man. Bad. I'm back, don't worry. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yes, of course you did. So, this game wouldn't be this game without you. Duh. It wouldn't, it's not, Ace Attorney. It's Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Man. Yeah. Yeah, thanks to your help.
That chief.
That chief sure is something else, huh, pals? Detective Gumshoe. Haha. Ha ha ha. I'm not a detective anymore. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Don't worry. I've already decided where to work now. At your office. My office? Sure. I'll take the place that of top not a girl used to work with. You could mean Maya? That makes sense. Still, looks like we're all out of moods now. Chief Grant's done it again. How's he gonna get away with the upper hand? It's not fair. It's not fair that he has the right to refuse to testify. Settle down. Remember what the judge said. But Chief, that's not right to casually invoke. There are certain risks to be considered. Risks? What do you mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite holds true. You mean he forfeits the right to say anything too? He's phantom. Hello. Emma, are you okay? Yeah. When I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery. You heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. Don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Repeat yourself? Ew. Yeah. Now I finally know what happened, what really happened. Think that all this time, my sister was blackmailed that entire by the terrible man. Yeah, he's not a good person. Why anybody would think he is after this is beyond me. He's a good person. He gave me $5. I mean, a demon can still give you $5 for a certain task. Whatever. It's fine. He did it all just to protect me. Just protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her, she had changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Grant's orders. She might have shut herself up deep inside, to force herself to do anything and everything Chief told her to do. That must be why she became as cold. It's all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. You murdered Jake? Not Jake. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. Just because you did it doesn't mean just because you did it doesn't mean you're guilty. Right? Technically, yes. technically, yes. I mean, that is our motto, but you know. If you want to blame everyone, I mean, if you want to blame everyone, blame society, pal. I mean, it's not like you can get convicted for murder, like, years after the case has been closed. It's not like that's a thing. It's not a thing, is it? I'm pretty sure you can. Is it? I don't know. Generally, I don't know. Chief Graham may have been able to fool everyone else with his forgery. But he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act. Final act. Emma. Why don't you wait here? No. I'm going with you. Uh-huh. I want to be there. But Lana tells the truth. Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this. To be continued. Dun, dun, dun. Probably should have take the break here. That would have made more sense, wouldn't it? Hmm. But don't worry, it is the last part. I'm not gonna spend 2 hours next Monday to do this. Don't worry. It doesn't feel like a Friday, in all honesty. It does not feel like a Friday. It's weird. Like, legitimately. It does not feel like a Friday. It's weird. It was Monday, 2 days ago. February 25th. 2:21. He's phantom. Now then.
Will the defendant, Miss Lana Scar, please take the stand?
Yeah, see? Yeah. John Sheen, yeah, see? Miss Lana Sky, are you the chief? You are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you are aware of what is required of you. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all I've done these past 2 years. You, after all, you are my husband. What? Please provide the court with your testimony, Mr. Scott. And remember, you are under oath. You can hear the truth. Of course. The truth. No. What happens? I'll be your sister. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us your relationship with with Chief Grant. Wrong fucking accent. With Chief Grant. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to defeat Grant. Done. Grant and the fabrication. S'il vous plaît, I've worked alongside Grant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. I found Prosecutor Marshall Rain's body and arranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma.
Are you sure about this testimony?
Not at all, but it's what he wanted me to say. Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course, I'm sure. But Lana.
If this is true, then that means Chief Grant has nothing to do with this.
That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. But what if she's telling the truth? She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down. she's really screaming in agony. Ooh, that hit a nerve. Not a nerve. That hit a emotional spot. That hit a really deep emotional spot. I'm okay. My leg hurts for some reason. Yeah, this is no time for to start second guessing myself. The defense will now begin its cross examination. Press everything, even if it's not the answer is. You get further information on what to choose. I wrote alongside Grant for years. How many years exactly? Ever since I made senior detective. Made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then. That would be 5 years.
Detective Grant and Detective Sky were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases.
They might have good coming. Uh, they must have good coming from the same school as Mia. Law school.
Damon Grant was a responsible detective, that's why.
He's a responsible detective, that's why.
Well, think about this, Miss Sky.
Think about this, Miss Guy.
You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail.
You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is useless as idle gossip. Is useless and is used as idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And did you do this to help your sister? Joe Dog was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. To ruin her life.
But that's what she said. But
what she did was unjustifiable self-defense. No, yeah, it was. Still murder. We're gonna. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. He was traumatized that day, all because of that feat. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana. That's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago.
you say you did this all by yourself?
Yes. Do you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. What?
But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident.
That was the only situation you. That was the only situation you deemed as possible. Ah. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fanatize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change that statement.
You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark?
By Dark. Something like that. If that's so, what happened to the murder weapon? Dog was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh. It was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. Interesting. That's not how it went down, just trying to cover up her lies for more lies. All just to protect me. All just to protect me.
So then you found the scene like this. What did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to.
Yes. I broke up the tip. That's not how that works. You didn't say that. Then you move the body? But why? Why would you do that? You of all people should know, Mr. Edgeworth. You always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad. We may ought to ask for the take a birth. For the sake of not creating damage. Why did you plant the knife? But why did you do that? Calm down, Mr. Wright. Even you should be able to figure it out. Very well. Very well. Let's add this to the testimony. The reason Miss Guy fabricated the knife. According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, right? Yes. And leaving it at that might point the blame away from Dark. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted it would be by having the tip of the knife found inside the victim's body. So you buried it inside the victim's stab wound? Yes. How? It sounds like it hurts. Also, how did he break it? Because I hated Dark for what he did. Hmm? Interesting. You rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like a murderer? Like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? Are you willing to risk death sentence? She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. That's right, my sister's lying. Looks like she's determined to protect your cost. She insists that fabricated the evidence by herself. By herself. There's no way she would have done it alone. Got to get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. Here goes by myself. Actually, I think it was this one. I didn't see the other side of it. Basically, how was it? Serial killer, her sister's victim, her life. The wed does the beds. And if anything, not the point. He was traumatized that day because of that grave. Nothing. That's why you fabricated evidence 2 years ago. There it is. I wonder what the picture was. You say you did it all by yourself? Yes. That is where you found the written scene of the crime. The first one to discover the scene, apparently. What? But we've already established that he died. How did he die again? It's the only situation that's impossible. Mr. Ryan will never change the statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall was killed by Dark? Something like that. This is what happened to the other murder weapon. Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh! I was lying on the floor a distance away. I probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover her for more lies. Happened to me. What did you do, after all? There's something I'm missing. There's definitely something I'm missing. A part of me just wants to continue using the wiki and just for this one so we can get it over with. But at the same time, I'm curious in finding out what the actual thing is myself. Because, I don't want to cheat too much. Because I've already pretty much cheated for a lot of the things. Then you showed up at the scene. Where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deduced it was. At Chipkan's desk. But the body was found at your desk. At your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Sky moved the body. That's new. Pieces of the jar, you mean? Yes, that wretched jar you showed us there. In order to show that drug committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was already... Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. It looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead, and Dark was lying unconscious. The other words, the jar must have been broken during the struggle. See. What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar was shattered at the time the crime was committed. I have a feeling there's more to it than that. There must be a contradiction somewhere there. I'm gonna do this fabrication this one. It's this one. But I might not do that one. I'm just gonna take a moment to figure it out. I feel bad for using the trial wiki for this part. I mean, I would have no idea what it is. I've never played this one. I feel like this is a bad idea. Oh, I was correct. Oh. I was correct. Objection! So okay. I'll be just using the wiki to confirm my things. Probably should have done that. You know, I'm just gonna do that because I don't want to just continuously just load the same save file until I fucking figure it out. Because that's a pain in the ass. Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If the truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your statement. Contradiction within my testimony. Isn't it within my testimony? You testified, and I quote, pieces of the jar had shattered during the events threatening my plan. That's right. Do you have a problem with that? It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on the jar with the victim's blood. Yes, the predecessor might have written it in his final moment. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. If, as in its final moments... Oh, I get it. If in his final moments he wrote the message, how did it break in the struggle? In order for the victim to be able to write this message on the jar, it must have not yet been broken before he died. Huh? He could have written the message Emma's name on the shattered jar. No, 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 no. Ah, so you assumed. Is that what it is? I think it could. I feel bad for having to do the wiki, but we have been annoyingly just doing all this. Order, order. Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regards to this jaw and its bloody message. Uh, we may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're in the dark as much as we are. The truth towards which we're headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive this truth. To arrive at the truth. Very well. The witness may now continue her testimony. Hmm. Jar and the message in the bottle. I, I immediately noticed the jar. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room. When I've not been able to notice that. It was dark in the room. I hadn't had a chance to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. Fragments. That's not how it works. Fragments were so large. I'm sure I got it all off. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. You mean you were the only one who wiped? You were the one who wiped away the message in blood? I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Quote unquote real evidence. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Dun-dun-dun. Up. So the jar was already broken. Is it a miracle the thing had not broken earlier? It didn't look as feeble as the defense case. Was not as feeble as the judgment. You're an ace attorney who never missed a detail. You really expect us to believe you didn't investigate that was written as a jar, Normally I would have. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust. Well, that hurt my face. Oh, Lana, you do that for me? You didn't use my makeup yet. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. Move the body as it was. Not the right accent. If somebody helped upon the scene, you closed your chance to erase evidence. At first, I might have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came. This is rather shocking. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals that what really happened. Da-da-da-da. What do you mean? If you really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood. She has a point. He has a point. What else could I have done in that situation? Lana. I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up pieces. There it is. Wrong button. How could you see the power out? It should have been the pitch black in that office. As a detective, is always prepared, Mr. Ace. Mr. Ace. Even now, I always carry a pocket light with a camera. That contradicts a lot of things you said. Even I carry a bottle. Even I carry a bottle of emergency life in wherever I go. Never miss anything. Got every last piece. Or did you? All I was thinking about was wiping away clean before it was discovered. There's a lot of holes in there. There's more holes in there than Swiss cheese. So you allegedly arranged a crime scene. Yes. Don't have any excuse for my actions. Don't have any excuse for the actions. I'm sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I treated you so badly all this time. It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. After all, you've gotten to the bottom of the incident. No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecutor's office. More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony. Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, I'm not doing this, the right way. I think you finally figured out what the contradictions are in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn around. I believe I know which one it is. I think it's this one. I think it was, if you didn't have enough time, then how did you move the body and pick up the stuff? Oh yeah! I just realized there was a piece she missed. When you pressed it, there was a piece she missed, and Grant had it. So you didn't get everything. This jar conceals the truth maybe weren't aware of. What? What? We found a final piece of this jar in Chief Grant's office. In Chief's safe, but how? I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about the final piece. There was still blood on it. What? The witness must but just testify. He gathered every last piece and wiped off the blood in them. Yes, but these have only one explanation. On the night a prosecuted martyr was murdered, you were not the first one to show up at the scene. Chief Grant got there before you. Dun 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 dun. Oh, couldn't the defendant just have simply missed a piece? I'm afraid this is unlikely. How? Pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. Let alone an ace detective. It may well be, but everyone's makes mistakes, even once right in their day. Oh, sorry. My mom messaged me saying, okay, that is funny. My Maya told me to look at her status on Discord because she said I was the only one that would find it funny. Her status is na 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 and grandpapa papa 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 papa. That's funny. Gotta love that joke. Good dad joke. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that! There's no way the way a name could have been written on the shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. It must have been the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying that this person was Chief Grant at the time he was looking for dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, I didn't see what he finished saying. The question is, if he did arrive first, why did he hide that fact 2 years? Well, Your Honor, I can you answer that? No. Are you hiding for him too? Wait, I'm not the one on trial here. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. Proceeded to break the jar. He proceeded to break the jar and purposely hid one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. Well, why would Chief Grant do that? In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana Sky believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Grant's aid. Lending her this aid, Grant helped her feed the evidence and incriminate Dark, sparing Emma. And here lies the reason. The reason why Miss Sky became the chief's puppet. Oh shit, she bit off her nail. Fuck. Ugh. No, I did it on my own. No, you didn't. Please, sis. Please stop. Can't do this. No. Oh, nice. Last leg. That's a good show. It's funny. Fun show. Please, sis. Stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. Maybe it's not the voice crack you're looking for. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys wake up to the most foul of lies to defend your points. Foul lies? I'm not lied a single time. Even though there's like 3 chapters where I had to lie to prove my point. Huh? I did not know that. That actually makes a lot of sense. Makes sense. It legitimately does make sense since the a news place. Then again, I am getting distracted and I don't think that's a good idea. Because I want to finish this today. Because this is literally my last time I'm playing this chapter. Well, technically for this year. If you really want to think about it. Foul lies. I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth. Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Grant's trap? Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana. Maybe right after all. What do you mean, Wright? So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? Miss Guy, please testify once more. But If evidence was been fabricated behind your back, then Emma's incident killing of Prosecutor Marshall might be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Sky, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. Cross-examination might not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will. But there is a possibility that it will if you tell the truth. I'm just gonna check all of them. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. All right. The witness may testify once more, for the final time. Actual crime scene. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the suit of armor. Emma and Derek were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Grant help me remove the body from the sword I buried. But if it all really was fabricated, Emma might be innocent. Not might be, she is innocent. Unbelievable. The body was impaled. The body was impaled by the suit of armor? You were the only one who saw that. If you had a proof. Hmm. Actually, I do have proof. Huh? I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? Am I? Did I? It's a crime. It's a picture I took of the crime scene I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember seeing a picture like that. Lala must have known. See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture. I don't remember seeing a picture from Lana. She gave it to you this morning, right? I seem to remember something from her then. Let's check the evidence again. Must be a picture in there somewhere. This one? Okay. There's a duck on it. Oh hey, there's a photo thing. Not a photo. Thing here. That's not letting us do that. Oh, okay. Whoa! That's a whole ass dead body. Hey, there's a picture here. That's a whole ass dead body. Oh my. This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw that crime scene like this. I still contacted criminal affairs after I rearranged everything. Mr. Wright! That piece cut out of his vest. Could that be found inside Chief's safe? Uh-oh. This is a handprint, isn't it? That's spooky. That cloth. It had fingerprints on it. Whoever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. For cheek's sake. For cheek's sake. What? Those fingerprints are yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with this cross-examination. So as long as you tell the truth, you should be able to floss, to flush the real murderer. Okay, the murderer. Very well. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Thank you for kindly. Dun 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 dun. When I arrived, I found me. Hello, what? Uh oh. Come now, Edgy. Edgy. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. What, now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two of my defense. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify? That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. Shit. Huh? Interesting. That must be the risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back and relax. Enjoy the sound of noose tang around your own neck. R.I.P. Home Slice. Holy shit. Huh. So what? You think I'm worried? I mean, you ran back in here to tell the defendant not to say anything wrong. So make it make sense, as my boyfriend and his friends would say. My nose is all stuffy. So what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you. I don't. But I don't need make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I will present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait! You mean you should have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't. Someone does. Someone? So, what's your excuse, righto? So if we show the handprints, it proves that Emma did murder, which thus means he didn't tamper with it. But oh no, he knew that, didn't he? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Oh, shit. Is this true, Mr. Wright? Now? Or show that piece of evidence now. Yeah, it's an automatic game over, so I'm gonna have to... If I present evidence, it's an automatic game over. I'd imagine, because it's like definitive evidence. I show that piece of evidence now. Emma sure we made out that murderer. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, if you have any more proof, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you'll be found you'll be the one appearing before the board in court. What do I do now? I better think this through carefully. Get up, make a wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? No. I think this might be the good choice, because if we show any evidence and get it wrong, it would prove that we're hiding evidence that we did have. But if we say we didn't have evidence, then we're good. Because obviously, because if we said we didn't have evidence, and he is 100% certain that we had evidence, then he knew it was in there. Smart. Smart. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this time, as this point in time. What? You lie. Chief Grant? You. You opened my safe. I know you took what's inside. That's conclusive evidence. And that you know I didn't steal the thing that's inside. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you?
I see you know the truth, don't you? Those fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it.
What are you talking about, Chief Grant?
Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I probably shouldn't have replied to the message.
See the victim's chest? Notice anything odd about this chest area?
It looks like a part of it's been cut off for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe?
What? That means the chief of police for concealing evidence.
It's going to be the
Biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto.
What? Oh. Well, can't you just let you pin me as the murderer?
Let me tell you what really happened.
What? You mean you admit to it? You admit to it? What happened?
I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. When occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana.
You really were manipulating her.
I knew Lana. If I made it look like her, like the blame lay on her sister, then that when I saw this, bad reading. That's when she saw the scene. She would ask for my aid.
So you assisted Miss Sky. I told her to arrange all that.
I told her to arrange all that evidence.
I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get the Joe Ducks convicted.
Then I tampered with the crime scene. I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you.
2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe?
Why? For insurance, of course.
Insurance?
I was sure my plan would work, but it was always the best prepared for the worst. It's always prepared for the best.
No,
Be prepared for the worst.
I don't remember what he said specifically.
I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for murder that girl committed.
You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence?
What do you take me for? A fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? It says Emma.
It
hit the most essential part of Emma's name. Didn't expect Lana to go wipe away the blood of all pieces. If you fabricated all the evidence, what, uh, let's say you didn't fabricate the message on the jar too.
Ha ha ha. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept more and more item for assurance.
You mean a piece of cloth?
Come on, Radio. Cough it up already. I know you have it.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So you meant it then, Mr. Chief Grant.
You were hiding the piece of cloth you cut off the victim's chest in your safe.
Yes, I admit it.
I didn't want to have to do that being chief and all.
Being chief and all.
But it's a lot easier than being portrayed as a murderer.
Right. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say to yourself?
Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any piece of evidence. You can proceed.
Foolish move, Righto. You would have shown it then before it was too late. Ha ha ha. I am sexy. Ooh, ah. It's been a long battle, but the moment of truth has finally arrived. I do realize I probably should have checked if y'all are able to see me, hear me. Bada 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 bada. Okay. Just making sure.
The moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, the victory is mine. Show evidence. I mean, I can't really not show evidence, because if I don't show evidence, I fail. So I just have to hope for the best and save, because I'm probably gonna have to come back here just in case of effect. Then again, it's obvious on what to choose now. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now.
Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence.
The evidence that shows you actually murdered Prosecutor Murphy. Okay. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Let me just verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut this out of piece of the victim's chest.
Oh yes! At last you finally brought it to the open.
There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that the meat be sent to lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather. It must have a strong impact for it to be left so clearly.
You mean?
It cannot have been forged. It must have been authentic, conclusive evidence.
Yeah. Ho ho ho! You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy.
What?
Think about it. Righto had this all time to present this evidence. If he reluctant to do so, why would that be?
You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints this are? Mr. Wright, do you really know?
Yeah. Whoever fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they?
Very well. I'll tell you. But sorry, viewers, it's gonna be a while. I hope maybe not another hour. Maybe not from right now on, no, probably not. Maybe 30 minutes from here on. But, you know.
It should be okay now. Everything proceeds as it predicted.
Whom these fingerprints belong to? Okay. The only logical person. The victim! I'm joking. It's the only logical person who would be...
Emma?
Emma Sky? What? They're mine?
I'm sorry, Emma.
But why?
Why didn't you tell me? You're really something, Radio. You knew this girl did it all along. And you tried to pin in the murder on me. So it's true. So it's tragic but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. Hold it! How could you? You monster! Miss Sky! You monster! You knew those fingerprints were, who those fingerprints, and yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Sky, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet.
Ha! But I'm afraid it's over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too.
Eh, it was never good anyway. I have a year experience. Less than a year experience, really.
You purposely conceal this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense.
I'm looking forward to presenting charges after the defendant is convicted.
I love your badge, boy.
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Yeah, I don't know why, but there's a strong thing that's iffy with Claw.
It feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer.
Yeah, no. Before I do that, though, there's one thing I had to clear up. Oh, what is that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall?
What?
Chief Grand, you're absolutely right. Gant, whatever. This piece of cloth proves the real murderer, who the real murderer is, and who killed Neil Marshall. Who asked? You ask. It was Emma Sky, wasn't it? No. I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is that fool babbling about? I'm talking about the contradiction, the one that proves who the real killer is. But yeah, if we notice on... Okay, I know what it is, because if you look at the picture here, you can tell that there's blood on the vest, and if there's supposed to be a handprint on the vest, it would have also had blood, but there isn't. It's on the shirt, which means it was cut before his murder. Which is actually very interesting, and I did not pick that up until right now. Well, not right now, but like a little bit ago. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth. What could it possibly contradict? Tyrannical Rain Man's here.
Behold, a piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth.
No. And what exactly is it supposed to be? This picture Miss Guy took? Take a good look at it. Specifically the blood. See this? You see where his vest was cut out?
Yes, his shirt is showing underneath.
It's hard to take out all the blood on his vest. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked in blood. That's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured, blood poured out of his mouth. But that piece of cloth is crystal clean.
Wait, there's no blood on it.
Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt she would have shoved Prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at the time.
No, this is nonsense.
Now then, Chief Grant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely was hit on his head, and on the ground he was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could have done it? Who could have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Long Sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armorer's sword? technically it's not a sword, it's a... I don't know what the word is. Then, yeah, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar in the victim's blood. A jar they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Emma believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago. That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of victim's chest. Ironic, isn't it? Though, this very act of creating insurance. You prove that you were actually the murderer. That is terrifying. It's finally all over. Yeah, I had a feeling. Objection!
That was close, right? You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute all your allegations.
What do you mean you refute his allegations?
You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence.
Technically, it's not.
Order! What is this nonsense?
Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Reggie?
Remember, Reggie? Earlier, old radio here concealed that piece of cloth.
Yes, but you were the one that brought it out.
Do you have some conclusive evidence, don't you?
Your Honor, I do not have any evidence that can present at this time. Well, that's true.
The defense may refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth seems to be legal evidence.
But that's not fair.
Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Did you actually think you could best me in court? Ha ha ha! I'm a great detective. I am a
Bitch, but you know.
Looks like the last laugh. Ha 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 ha! Look, the last laugh is on you, son.
I'm afraid Grant's claim is legally correct.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth?
True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person, assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Technically, no. Last. Something at last. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived.
Mr. Wright, you admit to it?
Are you perfectly illegal concealed evidence of the cloth? Oh shit! I pressed the wrong button. All my plans have been for nothing.
Gee.
Shit! Fuck it, it was a legitimate mistake. Only by chance. He's right. I admit it. I refuse to present evidence of one thing. Go down a rabbit hole. This is gonna take me back really far, isn't it? Uh-oh. Okay, it sent me back that far. Shit. Okay, that's fine. Oh shit, where? Where is this? Is it this one?
Wait, where am I? Oh, okay, I know where I am. Probably should have, This is why you save, man! This is why you save often! Conclusive. I did not read that part. Okay. Okay, let's continue through this because we have to go through all this song and dance again. Come on. Why do we have to go through all this song and dance again, man? Come on, man. I knew I fucked something up. Everything is proceeding like predicted. You bastard! Why did you do this? Yeah. I think I know where I am. Yes, I know where I am. So after I present the picture, to make sure I have to save it. Remind me that to do that, Jack. I knew it. The butler did. Actually, it was the maid on Sunday. All those dumb things. Ooh, my nose is all stuffy. All these voices make my nose stuffy. Student insurance. Watch? Chief Grant, are you absolutely right? You're absolutely right. This proves who the real murderer is and who killed this guy. It was Emma, wasn't it? No, it was not. Afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a Christian contradiction. Mr. Wright, this cloth. Logic contradicts. Chief Grant, your clerical reign ends here. Okay. Let me see how. Okay. So that's. I'm so annoyed that I accidentally pressed the wrong one. Like legitimately. No, fuck it. No, when he talks about the thing being illegal, then that's when I save it. Because that's closer to what I'm doing. Where I'm is. Come on, man, this is so far. I hate that. Why does it do that? No, oh, that's still terrifying. It's all over. I won. I did it. Fuck. There it is. Save it. I'm good for now, but I know which one it is because that one I failed, and I think if I continued with that, what? Sorry, I lost.
What is this nonsense? Illegal. Evidence cannot be used in this guy. Remember, Reggie? Earlier, Righto here concealed that evidence. Oh! On a technical level. Good at this time. Well, that's true. This evidence is... I gotta do it very carefully. So slowly. I have to do the right one, and since it's did it and not did it, first option. If I press it too much, I accidentally did it, and it's gonna have to go all through that song and dance again. It's such annoying. Well, Mr. Wright. Seems the last. Time to group up my plan. I'm gonna do it here. Save. Oh, I can't save it here. There. Do I have to care to have something to be admitted? No. Care to admit something? Not really. Technically. I did not. On purpose, I did not. I admit I refused to present it at one point. Hahaha. So the evidence is illegal. Objection. Objection! No, it isn't, Mr. Grant. Huh?
Huh?
It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't.
What do you mean you couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Edgy, don't listen to his lies.
Don't listen to his lies.
There's nothing, something, I did not see what he said. There's only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Left resolved in this trial. Is evidence legal or not? Very well. Let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. Why is that? It's your meat. If you can prove your conduct, well, that's obvious. If you can prove your conduct, this was not in violation of the law. Well, as stated in this book, 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. It was approved. 2nd, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the trial. It's relevant, and it was approved. The second one mainly. It needs to be relevant to the trial. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What is this? What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at the point of the time, it was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book, second rule of law, evidence law. Rule number 1. Rule number 1. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself inside your safe. It goes without saying I did not have approval from the police department. Rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case and trial. And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to show this relevance. Between the cloth and SO9 incident. What? What happened this What kind of nonsense is this? I want to show you relevancy? Just take a look at this picture. Objection. Can you now recall when it was that this picture was presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No. He's right. He is right. He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave this value as evidence was you, Damon Gaunt. I'm gonna get his name correct at some point. I don't. Oh,
You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of victim's chest from the victim's vest.
oh yes.
Oh.
No. No.
It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. When you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence, yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's chest is the person who stood there before prosecutor Marshall on his final moments. In other words, the real murderer is the only one person who it could be. Damon Gant, the killer was you. Ah, Jesus Christ.
I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on haunting me.
Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty.
He wanted to reinvestigate the case. Recruited Angel Star, then convinced Bruce Goodman.
Detective Goodman?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Mighty. No, that's not the right one.
Hey, bud. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Goodman tied him down. He turned him down. As he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit.
He stole Goodman's RD card and tried to take the evidence.
Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman?
Ah, fuck, I realize I have to give him a fucking voice. Yeah, Chief. Can you please open an investigation, Chief? Yeah, Chief. Can't transfer the evidence, Chief. There's too many questions left unanswered, Chief. I'm sorry. I'm never gonna voice him again. That is literally the only time he speaks, quote unquote.
He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking out the evidence out, he said,
It's not too late, She. We're gonna hand this also over to Marshall, She. I'm gonna hand this over to Marshall, She.
well, to be honest, I was a bit taken back by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but never thought he'd bring up the SL9 incident. But that's when I saw it. That accursed knife.
Let's step. No, She. Oh no, She. Oh no. I feel bad. That's so dumb.
I couldn't just pull it out.
Doing so would have led more blood.
Doing so, you would have led to more blood. Doing so would have led to more.
Wrong fucking voice. Doing so would have led to more blood, making it clear and possible to hide your crime.
Even so, the blood was pouring out. I didn't know what might stumble in, who might stumble in. I hurried up and wiped it away. Wiped it up. I was worried so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprint. A Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. I had no business doing any of it. Blah, 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 blah. When you put the body in my car. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to prove the body. I broke your trunk and but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Sorry I broke your window. I mean, you make more money than us anyway, so I'm sure it's fine. That's not how that works. Leaving the prosecution's jar aside, how could you get Miss Sky involved in all this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker. I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have time to pick up and choose what to take. Pick and choose what to take. So you left the jar fragments in the glove. Yeah. Looks like I was better off being an investigator of the crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I've still got to hand it to them. They do their best well, much to my dismay. The evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy. Why did you stand in court? Me? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You, me, we're the same. They are not the same at all, not even in the slightest. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. Just know it. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Then he just pulls out a gun and blap blap. I'm sorry. It's not funny. Well, looks like it's my time to say goodbye. Oh, Edgy? What? I think we have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry, too, Game. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator. And an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are down now, Edgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, Al, you'll be fine. Now you have radio here. You have Righto here, and Worthy. Your two gay sons. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sound of laughter. The new beginning. There are two things that I want you to understand. They want to understand. Yes. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, them and Gan betrayed you from the very beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. Alright? When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time that I had Gan's help me forge evidence up until today. So? Assumes all the questions raising in the straw have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. Couldn't get you out of my, out of your trouble. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. Hmm? I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you might make it to the top. I doubt that. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Sky. Here's the gray stuff. Uh, try the gray stuff. It's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes. Tie a noose around your neck, sorry. Oh, that's... That is a much darker one that I realize I meant for it to sound like. That, don't... No. Please don't. And to you, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered a bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. It was nothing. Fire. You nearly quit. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Wright. Stop it. I'm only doing my job. In light of this case, I don't remember how to do this voice. It keeps dating. In light of this case, self-good examining in order for all of us. Miss Scott. Yes, Your Honor. You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, you still acted as his accomplice. The trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I'll understand, Your Honor. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that one. Is there something amusing about all this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time. It's been a long time, Your Honor. Long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. And she just falls backwards dead. Damn, those fucking heavy chains. Anyway. Well, this trial has gone on for far too long already. Regarding the charge of the murder, it's worth finding the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Not guilty! No! That did not work. That is all. This court is adjourned. Bitches. February 25th, 5:30. That was 3 fucking hours. Oh my god. That took so fucking long. At last, I'm free. Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. At least she's not convicted for murder like my other friend. Why are we doing murder cases? No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended. Lana smiled. I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. So highly of you? I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And you too, Edgeworth, Mr. Edgeworth. Aww. You suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well. We're done soon. You know, I did my best too. Lana didn't say a single word to me. Hope I'm not interrupting you, pals. Oh, guess I am. Shit. I'll come back later. He's a phantom. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? You make a detective run around on duty. On top of that, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals, and lining up bells. I'm only kidding. Oh, you're here because of my sister again? What's happening? No. Nope. Not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Lana! Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell you if you won't. Emma, how are you? An apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. As that day 2 years ago was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in the mess. Well, goddamn, sis. I wanted to grant. I asked Gans to help me cover the truth. Je peux play. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. Ooh, free deliveries for orders $48 or more. But now I realize I was wrong. Now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 30 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself. I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me. No. I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believe the truth, I was deceiving you. Hiding the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis. I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'll come back. And now you have. Aww. Oh, Emma. Emma! That was an explosion. Aww. No one can change the past. I'm sorry, what? Wait. Okay, that's... Okay, I just heard something very unsettling in the other room. I'm gonna have to deal with that in a moment. But here's the current thing. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for your mistakes, or our mistakes. Why must we make up for mistakes, you ask? Because in doing so, we can find a way back to our rightful path. And it is from there we can move on forward to a tighter future. brighter future. Excuse me. At least that's what I felt watching these two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe. Me? Me? Thank you both. Thank you both for that you've done, for all you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right? Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here. Where was he hiding? I came to say, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right. Well, I'll be going now. He's a phantom. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted so abruptly. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth, not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right.
You despise criminals, I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you'll understand. You just have to find that right guy. Or girl, I don't know.
I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known to be quite... I've known that to be true. For quite some time. But Edgeworth... Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Grant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on this as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, you don't understand. Don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma? We're both the best of the best when it came fighting crime. They both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime, you need, on my own, I'll need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to the trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright, aka your future husband. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Oh, yeah. Come on, Mr. Wright. Show him what you show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence, huh? Something oh shit. Something neither Edgeworth nor I really find her own. That was oh yeah. That was definitely this one, because that's the thing we brought together, wasn't it? That's the picture I drew. I counterattacked again with this. If I had one half and you had the other. Yeah, that makes far too much sense. We wouldn't have been able to completely sort Emma's picture. It didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll excuse me, there's still something loose ends that I need tying wrapped up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Okay. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember. Well, whatever you do, just remember. You can let what happened, but you can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. It seems I owe you my thanks, Mr. Rice. But what I face now is my problem. Edworth. I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. Dun 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 dun. I'd better be going too. I'd better be going too. Okay? I'll be by the visiting to visit you. It seems we both have a lot to do, a lot to learn, catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. Scientific investigation? It has a cute duck on it. Oh, this is the first book I'll ever bought to study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. Aww. And so another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives had only just begun. Aww. And as for me, I think it's time I started on my new journey of my own. A journey to discover myself. Also known as depression. Hey, well, don't go chugging off just yet, pal. Huh? What was it, Detective? There's a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. What? I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Begley had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective! Didn't know you had the website. Well, haha. You see, this right here's the one who will be footing the bill. Huh? Huh? What do you think I can afford with my salary? What, you think I can afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? 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 Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go! Objection. Hey, we did it! Woo! I arranged for a friend of mine to meet in Europe. We should be pleased to study under top core. As for me, I aware it's pretty much ended in days of prosecutor's office. Still, I managed to my way back into settle somehow. By an investigation, crimes together with Emma. Basically, crimes together with Emma. Yo! I'm gonna take some of this water because I'm thirsty. Nice. Designed by... I don't know how to pronounce it. I didn't see it long enough to do so yet. Yikes. I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end, though, we overlooked my unauthorization investigation of the chief's office. If we penalize you for any more, we're worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show you can't shake me off that easily. Haha. I'm like gum on your shoe. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, I'm hungry. Ooh. Yay, we did it. Woo!
Oh boy, it's been a long journey. This chapter has been. My new situation, and the guard mentally is to take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner keeps keeping an eye on the intentions for me. I'll show them though. Someday I'm going to make him proud. Well, sir, when I get this, I'd like to take a gig come show. Yeah, I didn't have voice effect just to do that. Plus, it's just a one-off thing, so. And news. Ugh.
Thank you all for joining us. Hope to see you again in the next game if we ever decide to make one. Hope you play again someday. Goodbye, everybody.
Oh, he's dead. Uh-oh. RP that blue badger. Somebody get the tape. I should blow my nose after this. My nose is all...
Oh, howdy, Bambina. What is it? Can you see I'm having a showdown with the steak lunch? Miss Star managed to sneak this one onto me. See? Well, cowboy, it looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water?
Legitimately, this is actually a really fun game. It's so well written. Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu. I don't remember what that said. The top layer is a bit of default, but the bottom layer is just divine. Continue to dig throughout the thing, dig the stir out theme. Not to eat backwards. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. How would you be able to eat it backwards? Like it's upside down, but like I don't think that's how black plungers work. I think again, if you dump it, that would make sense. But yes, thank you all for joining me as we're looking through the thing.
I'll never forget what the young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see what happens with what's the name again? Mr. Left? Anyway, this has he been doing something wrong.
For how many years? But anyway, we've got another trial yet to do, but I better get going. Huh? Oh, don't forget my gravel. Sorry, gotta go. Get it? Because the transition from his high-pitched voice to his regular voice? Get it? Neil J. Patrick Riley. That sounds like a character from this game. Yokomoto. That also sounds like Alexander O. Smith. Also sounds like a character from this game. Yeah. Nothing. Susan's the sounds like a fresh air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you object. Still, I can't go back until I'm fully fledged with spare medium.
It's like my afternoon training is beginning.
Coming. Well, see you around, Nick. Well then. Well, so anyway, as I'm gonna continue with saying the outro, thank you all for joining me. Hope to see you all again next time. It's probably gonna take a while to do the outro, isn't it? I'm sure it's fine. But I could just slow down and just casually, calmly say the outro while we're going through the credits. Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth?
What do you see, sir?
What's going on?
What's going on? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Roger your teeth, sir. Oh, I know. There is a I've seen like a small premise with Edgeworth in the second game. I think it's the second game where he's not in it, and it's like presumed that he's dead. Something. Thanks for coming to see me off. Can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thanks to you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. There's a picture in there that I put. It's so nice. Let me guess, she wrote it. Oh, what's this? Aw, this one's cute. That's adorable. The hat, oof, that's adorable. Really cute. So anyway, thank you all for joining me. Hope to see y'all again next time. I'm gonna play a round of Mario Party, the All Stars, not All Stars, the Superstars one that came out. So, let's go. Let's fucking go. That's the game just done. There's a it's a trilogy, so there's also the second game and the third game, and then the fucking Apollo Justice. God, there's so fucking many of these. Anyway, so thank you all for joining us. Hopefully, the Mario Party is gonna be a fun one. And as always, thank you all for watching. Hope to see y'all all the next time. And as always, keep smiling. Don't forget to be a little crazy and hasta luego.
Wow. Bye-bye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. Everybody, goodbye. What? Yeah, I might not play the other games of this for a while. But if you want me to play them, let me know. I'll put on higher on the queue list. Bye, everybody. Happy New Year's also, if you've made it this far. Happy New Year's. Well, I guess if you're watching when you're watching this. Well, Happy New Year's, technically, but you know what I mean. Bye, everybody. Mwah.